Hello, my name is Dan Salvato. I'm the creator of the psychological horror game Doki Doki Literature Club. And now, after a lot of really passionate work from a whole bunch of people, I'm delighted to share Doki Doki Literature Club Plus with you for the first time. I'm sure some of you already can't wait to revisit your friends in the club, but if you're new to Doki Doki Literature Club, we're excited for you to meet the club members for the first time on PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, or Xbox this summer. DDLC Plus gives the original PC game high-definition visuals and brings it to a number of new platforms. It's also packed with all kinds of new features and content for both existing fans and new players to experience and enjoy. There's a lot of cool stuff for me to go over, but there are also some things that you'll have to discover for yourself when you play the game. DDLC is a game that explores the unique kind of relationship that people can have with fictional characters, and the relationship they have with video games in general. I wanted to make a game that causes people to think more deeply about how they mentally and emotionally process their experience with fiction, and using psychological horror to deeply disturb them is a really effective way of achieving that. I always felt like the members of the Literature Club deserved more of a space to get to know each other and kind of explore their interpersonal relationships. So for DDLC Plus, I wrote a new storyline that I call the side stories. The side stories are unrelated to the events of the original game, and they instead focus on how all the club members went from first meeting each other to becoming close friends. I really wanted to create an environment where these characters have to learn to overcome their communication barriers and respect each other's needs and reflect on themselves. And I think that will be really meaningful to those of you who relate to the characters, or maybe even find yourselves in similar situations. I think this is a great time for some wholesome storytelling that can help keep us inspired to continue improving ourselves and our relationships with others. The side stories also have a brand new soundtrack to go along with them. Music has always been an important part of DDLC, and really important to me personally as a part of playing video games. I love how music tracks sort of absorb all the emotions you feel during the game, and how it all comes rushing back whenever you hear the songs again. So for the side stories, I brought in a new composer, Nikki Kylar, who shares the same passion and understanding of the special impact of video game music. Nikki and I worked really closely together on songs that have some familiar catchy melodies, along with a bunch of brand new ones. To make it even better, DDLC Plus has a built-in music player. The music player has 26 music tracks in total. I really hope you enjoy discovering the new music as you play the side stories, which will also unlock them in the music player. Speaking of unlockables, another fun new feature is the picture gallery, where you can unlock pictures as you play the game. There are more than 100 unlockable pictures, like game artwork, wallpapers, and never-before-seen concept sketches of certain memorable scenes from the game. I think it's a fun way to encourage people to try new things in DDLC, and see if they can discover all the content. It's not easy to reach 100% content completion, but I bet if you and your friends share each of your own discoveries, you'd be able to do it together. That's about it for the stuff I'm ready to talk about today. For everything else, you'll just have to discover it yourself. I know that there's always a concern with re-releases or special editions having a whole bunch of changes to them or the original content being tampered with in some way, so we thoughtfully included all the new content in a way that ensures the main game, Doki Doki Literature Club, is as authentic and true to the original as possible. Overall, I really wanted to make DDLC Plus not only really special for existing fans, but also a fantastic and accessible way for new players to get in on the psychological horror experience.